Hello, everyone. On this question, we want to go ahead and look at question 5. So it says the total cost in hundreds of dollars to produce X bottles of perfume is C of X equals 3X minus 5 all over 7X plus 8. Now, notice that it wants us to find the average cost, C bar of X, which is C of X divided by X, at a production level of 30 bottles. Now, dividing by X is fine, but notice we have a fraction here, or a quotient. When we have that, go ahead and instead of dividing by X, multiply by 1 over X. So it's telling me that C bar of X here is simply 3X minus 5 over 7X plus 8 times the 1 over X. So I need to go ahead and distribute that X into both of those. That gives me 3X minus 5 divided by 7X squared plus 8X. And that is our function for the average cost. But that's not what we want. We want to know what is the average cost specifically for 30 bottles of perfume. So to do this, we want to go ahead and figure out what is C bar of 30, basically. And so just go plug in 30 for all the X's. So that's 3 times 30 minus 5 all over 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30. Fantastic. And then we just go type it in. So we have alpha y equals enter. 3 times 30 minus 5, not times. There we go, minus 5 over 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30. And there we go. Now that's like that. If we want a decimal here, so convert it to a decimal. And notice that it says 0.012996, blah, blah, blah. But what are the units here? So let's go back and look at the units. The cost is in hundreds of dollars. So we're going to take whatever answer we get here and multiply by 100 to get the number of dollars. So C bar of 30, technically, if we use the calculator, it's 0.01299699419, and it's $100 per bottle. But what that means is that I can just multiply by 100 and see what we get from there. So here we go. So multiply by 100. And that, of course, gives me 1.299699419, which, of course, means that C bar of 30, or the average cost per bottle, is 1.30 to the nearest penny. So $1.30 per bottle. So it's $1.30 per bottle. Yeah, let's add on the units of per bottle. Good. Letter B says, interpret your answer to part A. Use complete sentences and correct grammar. All this means is that when you're producing 30 bottles, the average cost per bottle is $1.30. That's it. So it says, when producing $30 bottles, the average cost per bottle is $1.30. That's really all it's asking, or that's really all it's saying. Letter C, on the other hand, wants us to find the marginal average cost at a production level of 30. Now, marginal average cost, well, we've already got average cost, but the word marginal there means I need to find the derivative. In other words, it wants us to find what is C bar prime of X at 30. But then we need to figure out what is C bar prime of X. So to do this, we need to take the derivative of this expression, which means we have to use the quotient rule. So it's going to be the bottom, 7x squared plus 8x, times the derivative of the top, which is 3, minus the top, which is 3x minus 5, times the derivative of the bottom, which is 14x plus 8. And then all over the bottom squared. Good. Now, notice that I could simplify this, but there's really no need to, because we want x to be 30, so I'm going to just get a number from all this. So really all I want to do is I want to know what is C bar prime of 30 here. So this is 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30 times 3 minus 3 times 30 minus 5 times 14 times 30 plus 8, and then all over 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30, and then all of that being squared. Good deal. And then we just have to go type this in. So let's do that and see what we get. Let's clear all this. It's starting to get a little bit cluttered. So alpha y equals enter. Oops. Alpha y equals enter. There we go. We have parentheses 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30 times 3 minus parentheses 3 times 30 minus 5 close times 14 times 30 plus 8. And all over down here, we have 7 times 30 squared plus 8 times 30 plus parentheses squared. Good deal. I just want to make sure I typed all this in right. Yep, there we go. And then just click enter, and there we go. Now, again, this is in hundreds of bottles, so just multiply by 100. So hundreds of dollars. So notice it says negative 0.04 to the nearest penny. So what this is telling me is that, oops, sorry. What this is telling me, basically, that negative right there is telling me that it's decreasing. So the average cost will decrease, and it's going to decrease by 4 cents per bottle, going from 30 to 31 bottles. That's really what that's telling me. So it says the average cost per bottle will decrease by 4 cents per bottle when increasing production from 30 bottles to 31 bottles. Now, this doesn't mean that your cost will decrease. It means that the average cost per bottle will decrease by 4 cents per bottle. In other words, C bar of 31 should be approximately 1.26 because this is going to decrease by 4 cents basically. Good deal. And there we go. That is question 5. Have fun.